Hi, I'm Charlie, an engagement officer, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to attract more birds into your garden. So I'll start with seed. So different bird species like different kinds of seeds. So for example, if you want to attract goldfinches into your garden, I'd really recommend Niger seeds. And millet seeds are preferred by things like sparrows. So if you want to attract a variety of birds, it's always best to have a seed mix like this one I'm holding here. And they can go in these plastic bird feeders like this. As you can see, this bird feeder is quite an old one. It's got quite a lot of muck at the bottom. So I'd recommend cleaning out these feeders at least once a month, but kind of every 2 weeks if you can manage that. I've also got these peanuts here, which are bird safe. I wouldn't recommend putting out things like roasted peanuts or dry peanuts or anything like that because they can be toxic. As you can see, I've got these peanuts in a metal container so that the birds can pick the peanuts apart. If they take them whole, especially during the summer months, it can be a choking hazard to chicks. But these are particularly loved by species like nuthatches and coaltits. So I've also got these suet fat balls. So these might be something you associate more with winter, but actually these are great in the summer when birds have got chicks and when they're molting. So they're a really great source of nutrients for them. These sometimes come in netted bags, and I have seen people just put out the netting onto trees with the balls in them. I'd really recommend taking the netting off first because birds' legs can easily get trapped inside that netting. It can be really distressing or even fatal for them. But yeah, you can get special feeders which hold these. So most bird tables will have feeding hooks that you can just hook your bird feeders onto. If you don't have a bird table, you can buy metal poles to hang your bird feeders from. They're quite widely available. I'd recommend placing them at least 2 meters away from any hedge or shed that you might have in your garden. This just protects the birds from any cats that might be watching. One thing that I think people forget about is that birds also need clean water. So if you could get even a little tub of clean water that you regularly change, that would make a big difference in the number of birds you see. If you're really serious about attracting birds to your garden, running water is fantastic. So even if you have a pond and a pond filter, that would be great. Because birds find water through sound. They've got really sensitive hearing, and sort of the sparkliness of running water is really attractive to them. If you've got water out and you've got food out and you're still finding that you're not getting many species of birds in your garden, I'd start to look at the other things you have in there. So if you have hedges instead of fences, that would attract more birds. If you've got different levels in your garden, so nature quite likes complexity. So if you have a hedge and then maybe a shrub here and a little patch of wild grass here, that would attract many more birds than just a flat lawn. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting. Be sure to check out the other how-to videos on our channel.